Yo, welcome to another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm the host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. And today on the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, man, I got a special guest in the building, man. That's going to be joining me here shortly, man. But I do want to appreciate everybody that's rocking with us, man. And once y'all come in the stream, man, share the stream out, man. And tell a friend, man. We live on YouTube. We live on Facebook. So you get a chance, man, head over to YouTube, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. We like all your feedback, man. And we're going to have a great show today, man. We talking sports, man. This guy has built a whole network, a whole platform, man. And we're going to get off into it. But like I always say before the show starts, man, hey, let me know what y'all drinking, man. Let me know who's in the stream, man. I know I got my moderator in the stream now. He'll be hitting me up here shortly, man. I got my producer in the back, man. So before we get the show started, like I always say, DJ, kick the beat.
Yeah. Simply ball dropping. What's up, family? K-Sap, we up. Ain't no stopping. I'm simply ball dropping like it's New Year's Eve, making you haters believe I'm the MVP. Ask Mr. V and R&B, they do all sports, whether it's on the field or the court, from the arena to the ring. What? You want to swing? I rope a dope like the one on this boxing thing. That's a punchline. I'm the greatest of all times. Got something on your mind? Hit us up on the line for that round table talk. Ask B Hunt and Sheena and K-Sap too for their views on our dudes. Marriage Chronicles for you lovers. Oh, I'm married to the game. The championships, the only time I wanna ring. K-Sap, the man behind the mic, check 1, 2. It ain't a rap until I say it's a rap. Just fall through, pull up, the hottest pod smoking. Yeah, I got you open. This freestyle brought to you by James Ford. Paid promotion, yeah. Simply ball dropping. You know what time it is. Pull up, chop it up with your family, man. K-Sap, what up?
And now, your host of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, the man behind the mic, K-Sap.
Yo, shout out to my man, James IV, man. If y'all guys recently looked at the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, man, I had James IV on the podcast, man, one of the hottest rappers in the DFW, man. That's the man behind the music of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, man. So that's where my music comes from. He was on the show. We told you the concept about it. But without further ado, man, next man on the mic, man, we got my man Desmond King Sr. in the building.
Welcome. Awesome, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you having me on today, man.
Hey, not a problem, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. So, Desmond, let's get right off into it, man.
Let's go.
Hey, tell the people a little bit about yourself and how you started the Kings and Queens Academy.
Yeah, hey, man. Born and raised Louisiana. Sportsman. Played basketball pretty much all my life, man. Got a scholarship to LSU. Couldn't make it because of grades, so it shipped me off to Texas, man. That's what actually brought me to Texas, man. I went to Texas A&M Commerce.
Okay.
Played all 4 years there. Graduated with my criminal justice degree.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So my whole vision, to be honest with you, was to be a state trooper at one point, man.
Oh, wow. State trooper?
That was my vision at one point, to be a state trooper. Wow. But once I actually started coaching, I'm like, man, you know what? Not only I can impact the community at a state trooper level, but I can also do it at this kids level as well too.
Okay, great.
Right, giving back to the youth, and I fell in love with it. So I started coaching in this little small town, Little Elm, liaison basketball. It's my first coaching job. Not even a job, right? Volunteer at the end of the day.
Exactly, but people don't understand that, man. That's volunteer work. Volunteer work, man.
Yep. Started off with one team. After the winter season, because that's when liaison starts, right? Winter season. After winter season, I had kids like, Coach, I still want to go. Yeah. I still want to keep playing. I'm like, man, we got to find an avenue for these kids, man, that want to play year round, that want to kind of do these sports things year round instead of each season. Man, that's great. So I'm like, why not start my own? Yeah. And Hayes and Ray, that go Kings and Queens.
Man, and it's a funny story behind that, man, because in the liaison league, I'm here in Little Elm as well. Yeah. And I've been part of the liaison league for the last 5 years. And also I coach in the liaison league. Yeah. And it's crazy that Desmond was part of the liaison league.
Yeah.
And then the year that the pandemic hit, and then that next year following, it was hard for everybody to come back together.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing Desmond. Desmond reached out to me, man. Hey, look, Kings and Queens, man. I put your son in the Kings and Queens Academy. And I looked at it, I was like, man, everybody was saying he's Kings and Queens. So I finally got back to him, registered my son in the Kings and Queens Academy. And Desmond's doing great things, man. I mean, I know it started off strictly with basketball, right?
Yeah. We actually started off with one basketball team, actually one girls basketball team. That's how I started off.
Yeah.
We went to tournaments, kind of got our name out there. People was realizing, want to know, hey man, what is Kings and Queens all about?
Mm-hmm.
Once we got through that, came back home, and now the community now wanted to know what Kings and Queens was all about.
Yeah.
And so we started doing community games, going to the rec center, having my girls go play at the rec center, just to get the name, just to get the brand out there. And man, God bless, man, it just blew up, man. And the people of Little Elm, they behind me. They love what we're doing. They love what we're doing with the community. They love how we giving back to the community, not only in sports, but gifting.
Oh yeah.
As well too. We're doing. We did a Thanksgiving drive to where we feed 10 families for Thanksgiving.
Man, that's great, man.
Yeah. Doing the exact same thing for Christmas. We upped it for Christmas and decided to do 15 families. Just wrapped that up as well too. So not only the community showed us love, man, but we're also trying to give it back as well.
Yeah. I this goes unsaid, man. Desmond has done a lot, man. I've seen the program grow, man, because it's like with the girls basketball team. I mean, the girls basketball team, some of them girls, they can go.
Man.
And I've watched the basketball team. He has a volleyball team.
Yes.
He has the boys basketball team. And like I said, he does a lot of things for the community, like giving back, sports events, having the Kings and Queens go to the Legends games and things like that. So he's partnered up with a lot of people doing a lot of great things, man. And he's a pioneer of this community, man. And it's crazy that somebody from a different part of the country, I'm not even gonna say country, different part of the state, coming to Texas and spreading their fruits around. And this is not where he is born and raised. So I commend you for that, giving back to the community of Little Elm. And it's a lot of programs out here that, people could be in, but I've seen the Kings and Queens Academy expand over time. And it's spreading like wildfire. It's spreading quick. And the thing about the Kings and Queens Academy, it's all year round. You know what I'm saying? He has programs, he has training programs, he has the basketball programs, the volleyball programs. And not only does he do that, he provides with great uniforms that the kids wear. You see the apparel that he has on, you know what I'm saying?
Repping volleyball today,
Yeah, he got his volleyball apparel on. As being a coach, he supplied us with coaching bags, you know what I'm saying? Coaching shirts. The kids' uniforms are great. So it's not only that he's doing it that way, but it's the way he's doing it is professional. You know what I'm saying? It's not no herky-jerky league, man. This is something serious, man. So to that, what is your passion behind this? What drove you to do something like this?
Awesome, man. It's the kids.
The kids?
It's the kids, man. They're our future. We got to build our future. Here in Little Elm, man, we had a hard time of the kids just trying to figure out what I'm going to do after school. How, Coach, I need something to do after school. And I'm like, man, you know what? We got you. Don't worry, Like you said, not only we started volleyball as well, but now we're branching off into different other sports as well.
Yes.
Right. Softball is coming up.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. We got soccer also coming up. So not only we're expanding, man, but we're doing it for the kids, giving the kids something here in this town, something here in this beautiful city that we have. We give the kids something to do, something to do after school.
Man, that is great. So along that lines, man, how did you come up with the name Kings and Queens Academy?
Oh man, perfect, man. So listen, so I work for Spectrum, right? I'm a director for Spectrum. And man, I was sitting in my office. I'm like, man, what am I gonna name this? Like there's so many great names out there. There's so many great teams, so many great organizations. What am I gonna name it? And I'm like, man, ain't nothing better than Kings and Queens.
Yeah.
Like, man, and also it teaches our kids like, man, you can be a young king out here in these streets, right? You can be a young queen.
That's how they be addressing,
right?
Dressing the young men. Hey, what's up, king? The girls, what's up, queen, and things like that. Yeah.
I see so many praises on the internet, man. People don't know anything about the organization, but look at the name. It's like, man, just what you name this organization, it kind of takes it to a different level right there, right? Young kings and queens, man. It's a blessing at the end of the day. But also, my last name is King as well too. So that kind of
that's what I thought it was. I thought that's his name. So
it did kind of bounce off of that as well too. But then I started off with girls, like I said, right? So I'm like, I got to do something for the boys as well. So, right. So Kings and Queens, man, it was just a perfect fit, man. Perfect fit.
Man, that's a blessing, man. We're going to give them a hand clap to that. So I know as doing this organization, you got a full-time job and, you started this, man. Are you doing this on your own or you have, your wife with you, your kids with you? Explain a little bit more about that.
Awesome, man. So, the people that's in this organization knows, man, I like to call this a family organization.
Okay.
Ain't no way possible I can do this by myself, man.
Yeah.
So I have a great board of directors behind me, man. That's behind the scenes.
All right,
that don't want to be in the forefront. That's helping out this organization, man.
Yes.
Big shout out to David and Denise. They're doing big things right now, helping the community as well too, for as gifting, driving their own vehicles to make sure that they're dropping off presents before Christmas to families that's in need.
That's a blessing.
Right? Monique, she's my director of fundraisers, right? A lot of people thinking, fundraisers, we should need fun. Man, listen, this is still a nonprofit organization.
Yeah.
So fundraisers was going to help keep the cost low.
Yeah.
Again, my whole vision is to try to get everybody in Little Elm a little piece of this, right? And so I have to keep the cost low to do that. So fundraising, sponsorships, all those things, man, is what's going to keep this organization going as well.
Man, that's great, man. That is great, man. Kudos to you, man. And another thing is, like when you started this with, like you said, keeping the cost low and things like that. And was it a particular people that you wanted to reach out to bring them on board to help you out with this?
Yes. Like I said, when I first started off my liaison, about 4 of my parents was like, man, I couldn't pay for anything extra.
Yeah.
After that winter season, it kind of hit us a little hard, right? Winter season is during the Christmas time, right? And I'm like, all right, so hey, listen, I got to find a way to keep the costs low.
Yeah.
So I can kind of take care of everybody in the community at the end of the day. And again, due to my board of directors, man, keeping the fundraisers going, keeping the sponsors going, that's what's actually helping keeping the cost low. So these kids can actually do this on a daily basis.
Man, that's great, man. And I understand, like, being in the podcast, doing podcasting and things like that, it goes without, being said. There's a lot of people that you might not see up front. Yeah. They're in the back.
They're in the back.
They don't want to be up front.
Yeah.
And like I tell people, like with this podcast, man, it ain't just me. I got 7 other members that are doing stuff behind the scenes that people don't see in the forefront. Yeah, I'm the man behind the mic doing all the interviews and stuff like that. But I got a whole team, man. I got a whole production company. You know what I'm saying? I got people that, that I converse with to do the lighting and setups and things like that and produce the show. So it ain't just me. Like Desmond said, man, it's a lot of people it's in the back that are doing a lot of things, but they don't want the kudos. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, like with Desmond doing all this, man, I see there's a lot of support, man, because I noticed we have a group chat on Group Me, man, and a lot of people, it's a lot of things that go in there daily that's showing that the growth of this league is coming. So when you're talking about fundraisers and sponsors, like, how do you connect with your sponsors? Do people reach out to you? Do you reach out to them? How does that work?
No, hey, in this business, man, you got to go get it.
Yeah.
You got to daily, every day, sending out emails to Chick-fil-A, to McDonald's, to Chase Bank, right? Walmart, man, all these great organizations or great companies out there, man, they got great fundraisers. They got great fundraising mentality, but they want to give back as well. Right. So it's just us reaching out, making sure that every business out there that able to give back, make sure they know our name, make sure they know Kings and Queens, make sure they know exactly what we're doing for the community, make sure they know exactly what we're doing for the kids. So they're giving back to a good cause.
And that's great. Hey, I got a question that just came in for Desmond. Somebody's trying to figure out, what is your age limitation for Kings and Queens?
Oh man, perfect. On the boys side, I start all the way from kindergarten. All right, I have a kindergarten team all the way to high school. And then on the girls' side, kind of like that second grade, first grade, also all the way to high school. So we got a little bit of love for everybody.
Okay,
Great question, man. Great question.
All right. And another question is, how do they contact you? How do they reach out to you?
Yeah, so of course, man, we got 3 different social medias, right? So Facebook, Kings and Queens Academy. That's our Facebook page. Instagram page, Kings_Queens_sports.
Yeah.
And also we got our TikTok page as well too, Kings and Queens Sports.
Okay.
But also we got our website, man. That's where we hit everything at. It's pretty much kingsandqueenssports.com.
All right. So right now you guys can see, man, I got the Facebook page posted on the screen. That's Kings and Queens Academy. You can follow him at Facebook as Kings and Queens Academy. And also, like he did say, he does have TikTok. The TikTok is on the screen as well. So that's TikTok. That's going to be Kings and Queens Sports.
Y'all go follow.
Yeah, y'all go follow and support this brother, man. He's doing big things in the Little Elm community. Also, Instagram. You can look him up under Kings_Queens_sports. So once you guys, come in the stream and the people that's looking and that's going to be looking at the podcast later on, all the information is there. So go support this brother. He's doing big things.
Don't forget about the website as well. Big shout out to Chris, man. Chris Diamond, man. He did a great job at our websites. Again, another person, man, that's behind the scenes. That's behind the scenes, man.
Yeah.
That's making this whole thing go, man. So again, it's not just me, man. This is a whole army, man, that's running this thing, man. And so it's a blessing.
Man, you ain't got to tell me, man. I'm doing the same thing that you're doing with this place. A lot of people that's behind the scenes, man. So yeah. So another thing, another question, Desmond, how long did it take you to get this off the ground?
Officially, to make sure that like the books was right, making sure that our 501c was right at about 8 months. Right about 8 months. After once all the financials, all the books was done, everything else was really just sports and just focusing on sports. So about 8 months.
About 8 months, man. You heard it here first, man. 8 months, man, doing big things. And to get this off the ground in 8 months and to see where it started from to where it is now, man, he's made major strides, man. And like I said, I commend him for that, man. So we're going to salute.
It took a village, man. It took a village to do this, man. And so I'm blessed, man. Very blessed.
So also, man, as him being the CEO and the founder of this, man, he does have a son that plays in the league as well.
Yes.
Desmond Jr.
Yes,
right?
Man. Big shout out to Desmond, man.
Yeah.
He tries every day, man, to try to fulfill his father's shoes, man. I take this game, these sports very seriously. And being a coach's son, man, it's kind of hard on him. But at the end of the day, he gets up every day and he strives.
It works,
Yeah. Now, same with my wife as well. She's coaching.
She's coaching now, right? She's coaching. Yeah.
And big segue to coaching, by the way, right? I want to give some huge shout out to some of the coaches, right? Because they all volunteers.
Yeah, they're volunteers.
They all volunteers. So you got to have passion for these kids to do this volunteer because everybody got their full-time job, right? After their full-time job, they got to come deal with these kids, man. So big shout out to all of my coaches, man. Kerry Jr., man, he's been coaching me for a while. Barrington Green also been coaching me for a while. I think Barrington Green.
He coached with me. Yes.
Yep. He's coached with you. Miss Yates, she helped me with my second grade Kings. David and Vanessa, man, starting volleyball, man, they are my directors of volleyball. And when I say they took my volleyball organization to the next level, man, I got about 2 to 3 volleyball teams right now, man. It hasn't been beaten in 2 seasons because of them too. Man, so big shout out to David and Vanessa. Big shout out to Chris Diamond. Big shout out to Tia. Tia's also one of my good volleyball coaches as well, too, man. So I hope I don't miss anybody, man. But all of my coaches, man, hey, big shout out to y'all. Again, like I said,
you're always gonna miss somebody.
Yep,
and they're gonna get on you. Once they see it, they're gonna be like that. You didn't mention me.
They're gonna get me, man. They're gonna get me. But hey, again, big shout out to all of my coaches, man. I'm telling you, it takes a village, and dealing with these kids, man, sometimes it takes you there.
Yeah, it does.
And man, they do it for free, man. They volunteer doing it. So big shout out to my coaches.
And see, a lot of people don't understand, man, in organizations like this, man, with the coaches, man, with the organizations just starting, man, you don't get paid the high dollars, right? Yeah. So when you ask people to coach, it's volunteer work, man. But it's all about the kids.
Yeah.
And like I tell people around here, they say, man, you coaching. I'm like, yeah, you get No, I don't get paid. This is volunteer work, man. I got a full-time job. I volunteer to help the kids, man. And people don't understand that. They think just because you you getting a look. No, this is volunteer work, man. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to build a brand, man. Yes. And Desmond he's built a brand, man, because this Kings and Queens Academy, it's all over Little Elm, man. When you see these advertisements and the flyers and the posters that he be posting, like sometimes with social media, man. Let's go to social media real quick, man. Do you do your own social media, or do you have somebody handling your social media?
I do my own social media. Okay. As of right now, all the little things like that, I do my own social media, do my own posting. I try my best to make it to every volleyball game, basketball game, softball game, to make sure that I'm videoing these kids and giving them a platform to see as well too. Man. These kids love that, man. Again, TikTok is big right now, right? So almost every team that I have, I try to make sure that I make it at least to each and every game. That's my Saturdays. I'm not staying in one gym. I'm traveling to each gym. Because again, most of my kids, they play in different leagues, different gyms and stuff like that. So I try to make sure that I travel to each gym and just, video card a couple of, steals, a couple of layups, a couple of, look, nice little passes and put them on social media, man. And at the end of the day too, though, some of my kids are trying to get scholarships. Right?
Exactly.
And again, so that's what coaches are looking for. They go to the social media and see, man, what's out there. And to see that, man, the kids are excited about it. The coaches are excited about it. And it's a blessing,
man. And the crazy thing that we talk about social media, man, because social media drives a lot, you know what I'm saying? And you see people's content, man. But if you go up and follow his TikTok with the Kings and Queens, man, some of his videos are put together professional. It's not slop. Like all the pictures of all the teams that he's involved with, the volleyball, the girls basketball, the guys basketball, the youths, the little grade schoolers. With the little video clips.
Man, they love it, man.
It's impressive. That's why I asked you, like, do you do your own social media, or does somebody do it for you? Because when I look at TikTok, I'd be like, man, a lot of people, they do a lot of good editing, you know what I'm saying, and getting that stuff out there and make it look professional stuff. So, like I said, me personally, I learned from a lot of things that people post, and I try to incorporate that in my own little way, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's a blessing, man. But when we come back, I got to pay some bills right now. When we come back, we'll get off into the passion and the drive.
This episode is sponsored by True Choice Insurance. Here at True Choice, we take a different philosophy when it comes to providing you with your insurance options. We emphasize the value of the products we offer, instead of playing on the fear of you not being protected in your time of need. True Choice is affiliated with more than 60 insurance companies. This makes us one of the most independent agencies in the state of Texas. Please visit TrueChoiceInsurance.com for all your insurance needs. Boho Chic Boutique is dedicated to the lovers of fashion, specializing in bohemian chic handbags, accessories, and personal shopping. Visit Boho Chic Boutique at bohochictx.com. BOHOCHICTX.com.
All right, just like that, man. Shout out to Brian Kelly over there at True Choice Insurance, man. If you guys need insurance, life insurance, any kind of insurance, man, reach out to True Choice Insurance, man, for all your insurance needs, man. Yeah, we back in the building, man. Still here with Desmond King Sr., man, talking about Kings and Queens Sports Academy, doing big things in the Little Elm area. So anybody that's out there that's looking at the podcast, that's listening, that's going to watch it later, man, all the information is in there, man. So if you have a small child, a child up to the 9th grade, man, reach out to Desmond, man. There's plenty of activities here in the Little Elm area to get your kids involved in sports, man. It ain't about them knowing how to play. It's just get them signed up. Get them behind these coaches, man. And these coaches will teach these kids. Like he started off with his soliloquy. He said, it's about the kids, man. We have kids that I've coached that have no experience at all, but you're helping these kids grow in the sport of basketball. So like I said, all the information is up on the screen. All his information is there. Like follow it, man. Follow the movement, man. He's doing big things, man. And I know a lot of people has chimed in. Well, they in here. I see them watching. That's in the group me chat. You know, some of his coaches and things like that. A lot of them. I posted one of them. They shouted on the screen. So
big shout out to the Kings and Queens Nation, man.
There you go, Kings and Queens Nation, man.
Big shout out to y'all.
Yeah. So in that aspect of it, man. So doing this, I'm gonna throw a curveball to you.
Let's go.
As you're doing this, what is your vision? Like, what is the vision that you have for Kings and Queens Academy?
Yes, man. All right. So there's Frisco. Frisco has a couple of buildings, man, like the Frisco Field House, where they run their own different leagues. We don't have anything like that in Little Elm right now. So my vision is to try to find some land here in Little Elm. Try to find some land here in Little Elm, put a little small building, man. All I need is a couple of courts. That's my vision, man. Couple of courts, and I have everything that they have in Frisco. We'll have right here in our own little town, man.
And that's great.
So my vision is to try to get all sports. All right, just try to get all sports, because again, every kid is different, right? Every kid wants a little piece of every sport out there.
Exactly.
And again, that's how you get your scholarships, man. School ball is great, man. I love school ball. As a matter of fact, I make my kids go to school games. They go to the high school games. They go to the junior high games, right? But giving them something to do after school, man, and it only helps the community as well.
Man, it's crazy that you're talking about school ball, right? And with all these different programs where you can have your kids play all year round, getting involved in AAU tournaments, getting your kids seen from different organizations that are participating in these AAUs, right?
Yeah.
And when I talk about school ball, now today's time, it's a lot of politics.
Oh man, for sure. Yeah.
It's a lot of politics, man. And it hinders a lot of kids from participating.
Yep.
Because I've seen a lot of kids that I've coached and seen in the liaison league go off to high school and they're not even playing. And they're not even playing.
Yep.
And I've always wanted to say to myself, I just want to ask them why. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was growing up in the 70s, and when I played basketball in the 80s, we didn't have to go through that.
Right.
It wasn't politics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like school basketball. We had a freshman team. We had a JV team. We had a varsity team. You try out for the team. If you're in ninth grade, if your ability was good enough to get moved up to JV, they would move you up. But if not, you'd be on the ninth grade team. If you play in JV, you get picked for JV. If your skills are good enough, you get moved up to varsity. You get moved up to varsity. But today, it's like these kids get discouraged because some of these school programs, they have these A teams, B teams.
Yeah.
They're making teams.
Yeah.
It don't have to be that way.
Yep.
I mean, playing sports in high school, it's not required.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So when you got guys trying out for teams and you don't make this team, but they assemble another team, don't you think that's downgrading to a kid? Like that's telling the kid, like, you're not good enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And a lot of these, schools, like, it's about who you know.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's why I'm telling you guys, with the Kings and Queens Academy that Desmond has started, he's given opportunity for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, playing AAU ball, getting exposure. You just don't get exposure in high school.
No.
If you notice how, you go back and think about really how LeBron James really broke on the scene.
Yeah.
Through AAU.
Yep.
You got sponsors coming and his name is out there. And just, he played with his high school, won championships, but AAU is the circuit. So on them lines, what do you tell the parents out there that are looking at this podcast and listening that you can convince it's not all about just playing high school ball?
Yep.
You can still play in these, AAUs and these academies and stuff like that and still get there.
Oh man, listen, I'm so glad you subway into that and threw that curveball at me, because on a weekly basis, man, I talk to kids about not making the school team. Oh, coach, man, I didn't make the school team again this year, man. Like I think I just want to give it up. Mm-hmm. I'm like, no. Listen, man, the school team is great. Don't get me wrong, right? That's something you can do for your school. But at the end of the day, you got this, man. You can also do this after school as well, too, right? And also, this also give you another avenue, like you said, your AAU basketball, your tournaments, that'll give the kids just another look, another opportunity to be seen. My organization is one of the only ones that don't require athletes to be skilled.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes.
If you look at some of these organizations out here, they only want the top athletes. And I get it, right? Because they playing probably the top teams at the end of the day. Kings and Queens was built off, man, we develop our kids, man. We don't know it all. Don't get me wrong, right? But we got a lot of great coaches on this staff, man, that they're just looking to develop the kids, man. So they ain't got to be top. They don't have to be top tier. They don't have to be playing ball for about 5-6 years already to join the organization. You know, we taking them from the ground here, and it's our job, but also our pleasure, man, and our passion to see them go from here to here. And by the time the next year school come around, next year school team, man, it's a blessing, and it's such a highlight of my day, man, to see a kid come in. Hey, coach, I made the school team again this year.
Yeah.
Okay, coach, I made it this year. You know, all the hard work that we put in, man, I made the school team. So, yeah, you're right, man. It's a low. Kids get discouraged when they don't make the school team because there's a lot of politics, right? You got your A team, your B team, your C team, and all the other good stuff as well. And you got your no teams, your kids that just don't make it at all. But my organization is giving those kids just an avenue to just stay positive, stay focused. You still can grow your craft. Even if you didn't make the school team, you still can grow your craft here with Kings and Queens, man. And so again, that's why it's here, man. That's great, man.
That's great. And Brown Sugar on Facebook says, "I hear the passion in his voice."
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I hear it. I hear it too, man. He's very passionate about what he does, man. And the thing about it is, it's not he's involved in. He got his hand in a piece of the pie every step of the way because, like he said, he goes to check like certain teams are at different schools practicing and things like that. Desmond is all over the place. You know, he's here, got volleyball team, travel, the girls basketball team. Like I said, what was it, last year's team that went undefeated? I came and checked them out a couple times, man. Them girls can go, man. So, you know, he's bringing excitement to the Little Elm area, man, and things like that. But I just want to give y'all an update, man, on the sports world, man. Just throw that in, man. Y'all know we got some big games coming up here on Christmas. Christmas Day, you got, you know, Christmas Eve, man, you got the Vikings and the Giants, man. You got the Cowboys and the Eagles. But on this Cowboys and Eagles game, the Cowboys been looking forward to this game, but Jalen Hurts is out, man. So just giving y'all an update on that, man. And I still think, man, that hey, Philadelphia can come to Dallas and get that victory. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you're a Cowboy fan.
I'm not a Cowboys fan. Again, I was born and raised in Louisiana. And if you from Louisiana and you know you're from Louisiana, man, you're a Saints fan. You're die-hard Saints fan.
Hey, a lot of people that from Louisiana, they Cowboy fans too.
And that's why they call them America's team, you know. Hey, they got a little bit of Cowboys fans everywhere, right? Either you're going to love them or you're going to hate them. You're going to hate them. Yeah. They do their thing this year, though, man. They got a nice little squad. But I think the Eagles going to bring it, man.
That I hope the Eagles will pull that off. And then also, you know, in basketball, we got a lot of Christmas Day games, man. I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, because I'm a LeBron fan. I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, the Lakers and the Mavericks, man. But without Anthony Davis, man, just don't know what we can do with Anthony Davis, man. Always injured, unfortunate. But it's unfortunate, you know, circumstances. But, you know, I just think it's a lot of games and then I don't know if anybody looked at the comment Ja Morant was on. Malika Andrews was interviewing him, and he said, you know, they asked Ja what he thought about, you know, the teams in the West. Who are you looking for? You know, who do y'all got to get past? And he pointed right to the Celtics. He said, I'm good in the West. He's not worried about nobody in the West. He just went straight to the Celtics, man. So, yeah, y'all let me know about that, man. Like I said, you know, when the show's over, I know the comments still going to be coming in. So for the people that, you know, didn't get a chance to watch it, it will be up on the YouTube channel. Will be on the Facebook page. So you can click on the link and you can still watch it. You can watch the rerun of the show. So, Desmond, is there anything that you'd like to tell the people before you get up out of here?
Again, this thing wasn't built in a day.
There you go.
I appreciate not only the community of Little Elm, Frisco, Louisville, Grapevine, but man, I appreciate everybody that gave back to this organization.
Yeah.
Because this organization wouldn't be where it is right now if it wasn't for the people of Little Elm.
There you go.
All right. So thank you for giving back. Thank the Kings and Queens Nation for keeping that spirit high. I've been told by plenty of directors at the field houses, right? Some of my teams play at Frisco Field House. Some play at Grapevine Field House. Even the tournaments, man, we bring that crowd.
Oh yeah,
man. Our parents, man, they come.
The parents get involved.
They come.
The parents
to the
involved.
Game, man.
Yeah.
They wear their Kings and Queens hoodie, their Kings and Queens sweatsuits, t-shirts, and man, they are there rooting for their kids, man, and that's all positive.
Yeah.
Man, these kids need it so bad, man. They need it so bad because they're our future.
So if somebody wants some merchandise, man, where can they go to get
Yeah,
it?
so our website as well, kingsandqueensports.com.
Okay.
All of our merchandise, all of our gear is there. If you want to get extra backpacks for your kids, right? Because I know kids, man, these kids love these gear these days, man. They love, listen, man, they get their backpacks with their name and number, on it, man, and they think that's it, man. Yeah. You know, the old knowledge was you look good, you play good.
There you
right?
go.
So when you start at the subway of, you know, man, our gear looks good, man. Our colors are good. Our uniforms are good. That was my motto. Yeah. You know, we got to look good. We got to play good.
Yeah, and you got to feel good.
And
too,
you got to feel good.
You know, once you step into that arena, you feeling good, looking good, you're going to play good.
You're going to play good, man. So, again, just big shout out to the Kings and Queens Nation, man. Big shout out to the Little Elm. Big shout out to everybody, man, that support this organization. Yeah. It's only going to grow. It's only going to go as far as y'all take us, man. So, all of our coaches, all of our directors, we are dedicated to make sure that these kids got somewhere to play, somewhere to focus their mind on when school's not there. We're here for you. So I appreciate the help. I appreciate all the glory, man. And hey, man, I appreciate you for having me on.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. You know, I appreciate you coming on, man. Like I said,
this is big, man. This is big.
Yeah. So like I said, I use this as an outlet, man, to get people out there. You know, I partner up with a lot of people, man, and you know, sharing is caring. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, when somebody's doing big things in the community, man, you want to commend them for that, because it's a lot of times that people are doing stuff in the community that people don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Until you get out there, you know, and like I tell people, I have a platform now. I built a platform where people see my face every day on the podcast. I know a lot of people see me come in the gym with my Simply Ball dropping podcast merchandise and things like that. But by the way, right now, it ain't about me. This is about Desmond. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just trying to, you know, let people know, giving the exposure of the Kings and Queens Academy for people and parents that have kids that want to participate in sports and don't think they're good enough. It's not about that. You know, you got coaches that are in his system that will help your kids along. I mean, you don't have to be skillful, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of opportunities for these kids to grow. So with the organization that Desmond has created, he provides that. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a family affair. Yes. Because your kids can feel safe. You know what I'm saying? The practice facilities and stuff are nice. Like I said, the uniforms and the apparel is nice. So the kids are going to be treated well. You know what I'm saying? Got coaches hands-on, you got training, drills and stuff. It's a lot of people involved. Like you said, it's a lot of people that are behind the scenes that y'all don't know of, but they still working, and they working now. You know what I'm saying? It don't stop. It don't stop. It don't stop. So like I said, man, I appreciate your time, man. And, you know, before we get up out of here, man, I just want to let y'all know I have another podcast to be kicking off at 7:30 tonight. That's my roundtable talk, man. I got my other 3 co-hosts that are going to be available with me tonight. But hey, I'm not going to hold y'all no more than what y'all want to be held. And that's going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap, and we'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.